Baseball players and umpires have a weird relationship. Officials in every sport have some conflict with players every now and again. And if a player is ever grossly out of line in the eyes of the official, they have the right to kick the player out of the game. This is called an ejection, and that can lead to some tension.
When you're in a competitive match, you don't want anything besides good vibes.
When a player gets ejected, that's a final decision. There's even been players ejected from games that were already over. Like, bro, what are you ejecting him from? There isn't even a game anymore. No matter how much the player might try to state their case, that's an argument you're not winning. Here, I'll make a chart of the success rate for getting yourself unejected from the game. That's it. 0. This doesn't happen. Like, when have you ever seen a player scream at an umpire and the umpire just turns around and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, you were right"? Never. Because arguing with umpires is usually pointless. However, there was one instance of a team successfully getting a player unejected from a game. The extremely rare case of an umpire swallowing their pride and making a situation right. Because we love accountability, which is a must-have trait, if I may say so myself. It's August 4th, 1999. The Anaheim Angels, yes, they used to be called that, and their majestic periwinkle uniforms are playing at Angel Stadium. Wait, what? It was called Edison Field back then? I didn't even know that. And they're about to get one of their players a once-in-a-lifetime second chance. The Angels are in a bit of a slump coming into this game. They're 4-16 since the All-Star break, and they've scored just 8 runs in their last 6 games. Ugh. The weirdest thing about this last cold stretch is that they were only averaging 1.5 extra base hits per game in the steroid era, when guys were doing this, like, every day.
But other than that, it's great.
This was weird for them. The Angels had a bunch of good hitters in their lineup. Darren Erstad had 240 hits in the season after this one. Troy Gloss hit 47 home runs the next year too. Garrett Anderson was a future 3-time All-Star and home run derby champ. But their true star hitter was an outfielder who had the last name of a fish, not trout. Tim Salmon. Keep finding fish guys, Angels. It seems to work well for you. Then the Angels had some more bad luck. Mo Vaughn, a hitter so powerful he'd later hit a shot up to the top of the scoreboard on a home run, went down with a staph infection. Most of the hitters on the Angels are in a slump, as that information from before will be a pretty obvious indicator of. Baseball is a game filled with superstitious people, so they made a plan that feels straight out of a terrible movie. Or what you do when you're playing wiffle ball in the backyard at a barbecue. The Angels, a Major League Baseball team of 25 grown adult professional athletes, decide to share one bat during a game. Well, whose bat was it? This is Jim Edmonds. He had just come off the disabled list 2 days before this game was played, and he went 2 for 4 in his first game back. So they must have just been like, hey, he's hitting fine, let's all use his bat. Maybe they all should have shared Jim's glove too.
Long run for Jim Edmonds.
When you're done with this video, go find clips of Jim Edmonds catching baseballs. Angels hitting coach Rod Carew, as in Baseball Hall of Famer and Beastie Boys bar reference Rod Carew, was perfectly okay with letting this happen. So going into the game on August 4th, that was the plan. Everyone shares Jim Edmonds' bat. A Major League Baseball team is about to share one bat.
So wait.
There was just one group of people they forgot to tell about this. The umpires. Now's where we owe you guys a bit of an apology. There's no footage of this game on the internet to show you, but we have a detailed account of what happens thanks to the LA Times, so here goes. To lead off the bottom of the first inning, Orlando Palmeiro steps up to the plate for the Angels. On an 0-2 count, Palmeiro strikes out looking. Being run up on a called strike 3 by an umpire is a really deflating feeling for a hitter, especially if the hitter thinks the pitch wasn't a strike. So Palmeiro, probably in a really bad mood for striking out looking, carries out the Angels' plan. He drops his bat at home plate and just walks back to the dugout. Home plate umpire Tim Cheetah ejects him from the game. To be fair, that does look really bad. Just dropping your bat and walking away. Like 999 times out of 1,000, that's a blatant attempt to show someone up. The next batter, Gary DiSarcina, immediately came to Palmeiro's defense. He went up to Cheetah and explained the plan for the game, saying they were all just sharing that bat and he left it at home plate to be picked up and used by the next guy. And then, in a one-of-a-kind turn of events, Tim Cheetah did the unthinkable. He was cool enough to put his pride aside and un-eject Palmeiro from the game. Look, we all make mistakes.
Name a yellow fruit.
Orange.
Speaking even just as a YouTuber, we screw up something in practically every video you see, because we're human. So are umpires. But Tim Cheetah recognized that he made a mistake, and he was accountable enough to do something about it. That's just so cool, and makes this story so much better. Makes me really happy and excited too, just thinking about it. I bet that had to be at least a little embarrassing for Cheetah, if not most likely one of the other umpires on his crew, or just any umpire in 1999 who was old enough to collect Social Security, having their decision-making authority undermined for like the first time ever. This is before replay being in baseball, so an umpire's word was like unbreakable law back then. Winning an argument with an umpire was like trying to win an argument with your mom when you were 10 years old. It's just not gonna happen. But, even so, Tim Cheetah did the right thing, and that's awesome. Baseball players, do not take this story as ammo to use against umpires, or justification for being a crybaby to one. This truly was a 1 in a million occurrence. How did it end up going for the Angels? 4 of the first 9 hitters in the game for the Angels got hits, which was kind of a miracle for them based on how the week leading up to this game had gone. Jim Edmonds' bat was used for all of those. Their batting stats in this game were definitely an improvement. And you could maybe even argue that this was an actual okay offensive night for them. The Angels won the game 4-3 and never shared Jim Edmonds' bat again, which worked out fine for them the next day as they beat the Red Sox 8-0, right before going on a 7-game losing streak. There is one small detail of the unejection story that does make you wish a little more went down though. The Angels manager during this game was Terry Collins. The same Terry Collins who was absolutely no stranger to screaming at umpires during his career.
You gotta give us a shot! You know what? You gotta give us a shot!
I bet I'm not the only one who wishes Terry Collins ran out there to defend Palmeiro with that energy, even if they still got him miraculously unejected from the game anyway. Terry described the situation best when he was quoted as saying this: "I've never seen a team use one bat before, but then I've never seen anyone get thrown out, then get to go back in either." The perfect summary for this entire game. Umpires are people, just like you and me. This story proved that, for better or for worse. I'm surprised this story didn't get more attention then or now, but now you know. You can potentially get unejected from a baseball game. Just don't do something like this. You'll have no shot of getting back in, because you're not going to get back in for everything.
Threw the bat, as you could see, right over the head.